Hi everybody, this is just a quick review on my Yoshimura R11 slip-on exhaust, which is based on a GSXR 600 L3, so that's a 2013. Basically, there's a lot of reviews online about the noises, but not a lot going into the detail on fitting or just basically the overall quality or fitment of the R11. It's an absolutely fantastically made exhaust. I cannot recommend it highly enough to anybody. It's fantastic compared to some of the other exhausts that I've looked at. You know, they had stickers that just stick on, whereas this, as you can see, is a pot riveted steel plate. All of the mountings are 100% all marked up with the Yoshimura sign, even down to the little spring clips which have got Yoshimura emblem on them. It comes with a link pipe here, and also its heat shield here, which is different to the standard fitment. These are incredibly easy to fit. They simply take off this part on your standard exhaust, and then if you see down here, there'll be a similar one to that on your standard exhaust. This will all be one piece. This would all be one piece with that one, and then simply all you do is undo that, undo this bolt here, pull the other one off. There is, if you can see on the pipe that comes off the link, off the cat, there is a small sort of gasket. Almost looks sort of a lot like a softer metal that's in there. That has to stay on there, but you simply pull that off, fit your link pipe that comes with the Yoshimura, mount this up, and it all goes on in one. It's incredibly simple to use. You can't really get it wrong. This one is the titanium, but they all have the carbon fibre tips on them, and also with the 750 and the 600 GSXR they also have the twin pipes, whereas if you have 1000 they go to one slightly more triangular shape. All look really good. They also fit these pretty much as standard on as an optional extra from the dealerships as of about 2015 onwards, so they will be very commonplace. But I think that's partly what drew me to them, was the fact that it was almost standard procedure. It was almost standard fitment, and they must have confidence in them, exhausts, if they are willing to do that. A big question that a lot of people might have about this and a lot of other exhausts will be performance gains. Quite honestly, if you still have the cat, and this is just a slip-on, not a full system, the performance gains that you're going to find are tiny. Almost, you won't be able to feel them really. If anything, low down, it feels like it's a bit freer flowing. When you pull away, that initial just pull away is a lot less laboured maybe, but really there's very little performance gains in it. It sounds nicer, so sometimes it does make you feel like you're going faster, and anyone who rides the GSXR 600 L series, I'm not sure about the others, but they have a huge amount of induction noise coming from the front. So generally when you have your head down going, it generally is the front of the bike that you can hear with the standard exhaust. I've been out with my friends who have aftermarket exhaust full systems, and they always say how quiet they are, as is most standard systems. Unfortunately, with all the Euro emissions and noise regulations, they all have to be, and I think they're even getting quieter soon, as of next year. But the slip-on adds a fair bit of noise, so when you're going for it now, you can now hear the exhaust noise over the induction noise, which is nice. It sounds, I will put a sound bite in at the end, which is never great on just standard cameras. I've never been able to get great audio out of them, but trust me, it sounds much better. And also it obviously looks much better. I think you'll agree. They certainly are one of the best looking exhausts for this bike on the market. Another little interesting thing to add is for people who take these on track, is that with this bike, the 600 GSXR, this will still pass most noise testing. Just about, I think there's some that are at 98 decibels that it might not pass, but in the UK certainly it'll pass most tracks, even without the two baffles. And with this exhaust, the baffles don't actually slide in the end like there. You have two stage baffles which go before and after the link pipe. I'll put a little photo of these two up in the end or at some point in the video, and we can have a look at them. But basically they just slit in there, and I think that also improves the look. But like I say, it's not unsociably, with just being a slip-on, it's not unsociably loud really. So you can get away with running it without the baffles, which is fantastic. So price, that's another thing that people will want to know. This is quite an expensive system. It's a lot more expensive than, say, your Scorpions exhaust or something like that. But like I say, the quality is absolutely fantastic, and I think as long as you look after it, it will last as long as the bike. I notice that everything I felt and everything I've used on it is just absolutely fantastically well built. All the cones are really well made. So it is pricier. I think when I bought mine it was about just under £700. I think they might be a little bit cheaper now, but I also got mine at Motorcycle Live at the NEC in the UK, so I got a little bit of discount off it from Performance Parts UK, who are the importers of these. Highly recommend them, very good service, and like I say, if you can get them at one of the shows offering a bit of discount, even better. I've got it along with a couple of other bits of Yoshimura accessories. But no, can't fault them highly enough. But also there's a couple of other versions that you might want to have a look at. There's a sort of a stainless version and also a carbon fibre version if you prefer the whole thing in carbon fibre. So there's plenty of options, relatively expensive but worth it, I think. So yeah.
Bye.